Let us pray. O merciful God, who have wonderfully fashioned man in your own image, we ask you to bless our gathering and graduates here today. Open our minds to your healing wisdom. Fill our hearts with a desire to serve you and our neighbor. For our graduates and all you have called to study and practice the arts of healing the sick and the prevention of disease and pain, inspire in them, strengthen them in body and soul. Bless their work that they may give comfort and healing to all those you will bring into their lives. You who live and reign forever and ever. Amen.
Please be seated. All right, good morning, everyone. We'll try it again. This is an exciting day. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Now that's more like it. It's really a joy to be with all of you today on this most special of occasions. For those that may not know me, my name is Mukesh Jain. I'm the Dean of Medicine and Biological Sciences and Senior Vice President for Health Affairs at Brown. I want to first begin by extending a warm welcome to our parents, family, alumni, faculty, and friends who have traveled from near and far to be part of this important milestone. Collectively, you have all inspired, encouraged, supported today's graduates for decades, which has culminated in this remarkable moment. So congratulations to all of you. And of course, a hearty congratulations to the stars of our event today, our 2025 graduates gathered here. We are absolutely thrilled for you. Over your medical school career, you've experienced a great deal. You began your medical journey in the midst of the pandemic, and over the past 4 years, you have witnessed, experienced global, political, economic, and social instability. Your diligent efforts, steadfast commitment to excellence, demonstrated through the delivery of healthcare, scholarship, community engagement, has resulted in this richly deserved moment that we gather to celebrate today. We are all so very, very proud of you. Today is really an inflection point, a seminal moment. For by day's end, your identity will forever be altered to that of a physician, an identity that will accompany you for the entirety of your life. It will impact how society views you, how family, friends, patients, colleagues, complete strangers. I pause because it is really important to appreciate all that is taken to be here and reflect on this moment. It's a distinct privilege, but with that privilege comes enormous responsibility. The responsibility to impact humanity for social good, be it at the level of the individual, community, or society as a whole. Medicine is hard. You will be with people at their happiest as well as their darkest times. But remember, no matter how tired you might be, you are not the one in the hospital gown or the hospital bed. And remember, patients do not place trust in machines, devices, or institutions. They place trust in people. They're going to place trust in you. Value each engagement. Use the opportunity not just to learn about their illness, their disease, but also ask them and learn about them as a person, where they grew up, hobbies, professions. Be present, not only because it's your responsibility, but also because it is potentially your chance, your one chance to impact that individual life. Remember, while medicine has and will continue to change, at its core, it remains and will remain a deeply personal and humanistic endeavor. And these experiences will leave you with a deep sense of connection, and it will make an enormous impact on the patient experience. One of the most remarkable things about a career in medicine, which I did not appreciate when I sat in your shoes, is the dynamic nature of this chosen path. While you begin with an established core identity as a healer, the field also offers flexibility to grow in diverse ways throughout your career. Consequently, there will be additional, unexpected avenues for impact as your career progresses. Those of you earning a dual degree today with a master's in population medicine learned about how physicians impact the health of community. Engaging in science, another opportunity. It's been 3 decades since I last sat where you are, and in that time, we've all been witness to breathtaking advances in medicine, less invasive interventions, cutting-edge imaging, gene editing, and transformative technologies like AI, all with the potential to accelerate and improve the diagnosis and treatment of disease. As a physician, you will have the opportunity to lead these new frontiers, while also ensuring that these new innovations are used wisely and ethically to improve the lives of patients, not just a privileged few. Another way to impact is through leadership, be it at the institutional level, industry, government, lots of different approaches. Do not overlook these opportunities. Science and medicine urgently need thoughtful leaders who can shape institutional and national policies and initiatives that impact the future of healthcare. Regardless of which path or paths you may take, I do also want to encourage you to consider being more engaged in public discourse on the importance and value of science and medicine. This is not something that was considered deeply in the past. But as you know, we are living in an extraordinary time in healthcare broadly. The stakes, given our national dialogue, are high, with a general sense of uncertainty, fueled by political polarization, disruptive technologies, global conflict, and growing disparities in health and opportunity. The strong public trust that we as a biomedical community have enjoyed is more precariously balanced. It shouldn't be taken for granted. Did we become a bit complacent? Have we lived in our own echo chamber of academic medicine? I've spent a great deal of time in reflection on these issues lately. Perhaps we have, but I also have great hope in our community, and you're a big part of that. Many of us at my stage of life are doubling down through manifold approaches at the regional and national levels. But you, as newly minted physicians, you will not be insulated from these issues. You'll be on the front lines. Use opportunities when they present themselves to build public trust, be it at the level of the individual patient, community, or beyond. Remember, we are, after all, public servants. While our primary responsibility is delivering healthcare, we should also be prepared to serve as advocates educators, and trusted sources of truth. Hemingway once said, "The world breaks everyone, and afterward, many are strong at the broken places." Our biomedical community certainly has its fractures. But if we meet this moment with clarity, courage, conviction, and compassion, we can emerge stronger and rebuild the public trust that is so vital to the future of science, medicine, and healthcare. Now, I've dedicated most of my remarks to the inherent responsibility for each one of you. It's a lot to ask of anyone. I also have great confidence that you can meet the highest expectations. You've demonstrated remarkable self-resilience through your medical school tenure, and the rigor of your training at Brown has prepared you to meet future challenges. I'd like to conclude with some remarks that are focused on you. The next phase of your career is a big step, and there will be others as you advance in your career. The pace and stakes will be high, and over time they may become higher. It will be hard, and it will change you. In difficult or uncertain moments, return to the core values of our medical community, that of humanism, recognizing and honoring the dignity of every individual, including yourself. While you invest much to support others, remember to invest in yourself as well. Remember, you can't pour from an empty cup. Build support systems around you. Nurture social networks. For me, this was beautifully illustrated by spending time this weekend with our first medical school graduating class, celebrating their 50th medical reunion. They have remained closely connected over many decades. They express great pride in their time at Brown, the medical school they helped found. And they express satisfaction for having lived a life of passion and purpose. And that's what I would wish for each of you. So class of 2025, we are so very proud of each and every one of you. I wish all of you great success and joy in all your future endeavors. Congratulations again, and welcome to the profession.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning to the deans, to the faculty and staff that made today possible, and to my fellow members of class of 2025, good morning and congratulations. My name is Aidi Olubade, and it is my distinct pleasure to introduce our next speaker. When I was first asked to introduce Dr. Poitevien, I was elated. I thought, finally, I get to tell everyone just how incredible she is and what her guidance has meant to me during this incredibly difficult but rewarding journey. And then they told me I only had 3 minutes. As someone who likes to talk a lot, trying to summarize Dr. P's influence and impact in that short amount of time feels nearly impossible, but I'll do my best. Now, I could easily spend these 3 minutes listening to her many accolades, and there are many. She's a proud graduate of Brown University and earned her medical degree right here at the Warren Alpert Medical School, and trained in the best specialty, if I must say, pediatrics at NYU. She's had numerous leadership roles in medical education, both locally and nationally. Her accomplishment spans education, advocacy, and equity. Her name is known and respected in many rooms. But what truly sets Dr. Poitevien apart, what makes her unforgettable, is not simply what she's done, but how she's chosen to lead. I had the privilege of working closely with her for a year as a fellow in her office. Throughout that year, she constantly challenged me, pushed me to grow, and pushed me beyond my comfort zone while modeling what it means to lead with compassion, integrity, and intentionality. Dr. Poitevien has this unique gift where you leave her office feeling like you could fix everything wrong in the world, and I promise you I'm not exaggerating. At the start of my 4th year, like everybody else in this room, very overwhelmed, and as someone that's a little indecisive, I was spiraling about choosing the right specialty. 10 minutes into our meeting, I've already changed my mind 5 times. Dr. P listened patiently and as I rambled on, and then gently said, "Heidi, you're amazing. No matter what you choose, you're going to be a force in medicine. Any residency program would be lucky to have you." To be seen with that kind of clarity, to have someone believing you that deeply is rare. As a Black woman in medicine, where some days can be filled with self-doubt and imposter syndrome, her words have built me up in moments when I needed it most. She always seems to know exactly what to say, precisely when I need to hear it. From the moment I met Dr. P, her door, both literally and figuratively, has always been opened, not only to me, but to every student. Despite her demanding schedule, she always made time for meetings, responded to every text and email, and provided unwavering support, always with patience and honesty. She affirms me, redirects me when necessary, and reminds me time, again and again, of who I am and who I'm becoming. And while I'm sharing my own story today, I know I'm just one of many students who have been shaped by Dr. Poitevien's guidance. Her impact extends far beyond me. She's poured into generations of learners with the same resolve, care, and dedication. Dr. Poitevien, I have truly loved learning from you, not just about medicine, but about purpose. You've modeled what it means to practice medicine through a lens of justice and equity. You've taught me to keep evolving, to keep asking questions, and to keep carving my own path. Thank you for helping me discover my voice, for believing in me in moments when I did not believe in myself, and for showing me what it means to lead with your heart. I hope one day to become even half the pediatrician, advocate, and change maker that you are. And now, as I stand here today, I can't help but smile when I think about the many residency interviewers who looked down at my name and asked, "Are you Pat's girl? Wait, you're Pat's girl." And I would always say, proudly and unapologetically, yes, I am Pat's girl. It's a title I wear with immense pride because it means I am part of a long line of students who has been mentored by someone whose legacy is far-reaching and enduring. It is my honor and my privilege to welcome to the stage my mentor, my inspiration, and now my colleague, Dr. Patricia Poitevien.
So I'd made a promise to myself not to break down into tears during this speech, but Heidi, you did not help me in this endeavor at all. Well, thank you very much. That was such a beautiful introduction. I'm so very honored to be here. And I'd like first to start off by saying congratulations to the parents, the grandparents, the aunts, the uncles, the siblings, the friends, the cousins, the godparents, the partners, and the children of all of the graduates. A huge round of applause for the love and support that you have provided all of the future doctors who sit here. And an enormous congratulations to the class of 2025. It's really such an honor to be celebrating here with you all. So, as Heidi mentioned, I was once in your seats, literally. 27 years ago, I sat in this very church, in these pews, with my family and friends in the balcony, waiting for my name to be called, for a photograph to be taken, and for my diploma to be handed to me. Like many of you, I was filled with excitement, pride, exhaustion, fear, just a whirlwind of emotions at the end of an incredible journey. You all have accomplished so much and overcome so many obstacles. It may feel surreal for someone to stand here and say, but your journey has just begun. And yet, that is precisely what I'm going to say to you. Today is much more than just an end of medical school. It's the beginning of your calling. The concept of medicine as a calling has really lost popularity in recent years. I know, I have seen the residency Reddit threads, and sadly I can never unsee them, but I can understand why younger physicians might push back on this concept. A job is considered a calling when it is deeply connected to a person's sense of purpose, identity, and values. It goes beyond earning a paycheck or achieving career advancement. It feels meaningful and personally fulfilling, and it's often tied to contributing to the greater good or making a difference in the lives of others. I didn't make that up. I asked ChatGPT, so you know it's accurate. But honestly, when you hear that description, it doesn't sound so bad. But as medicine has become increasingly corporate and demands on physicians seem to grow exponentially, younger physicians entering the field have grown a bit skeptical of this definition. They have witnessed or experienced themselves how large hospitals, HMOs, and even community health centers can weaponize the concept of medicine as a calling to encourage doctors to do more, not necessarily for the sake of the patient, but rather for the sake of productivity. Young physicians have also bore witness to increasing corporate gain for health insurers in the face of worsening health inequities. When we think about the fact that the Black maternal mortality rate is 3.5 times higher than that of white women, that there's a life expectancy for American Indian and Alaskan Native populations that is 20 years shorter than that for Asian Americans, when we consider restrictions on gender-affirming care in 27 states, with total bans on this life-saving care in 19 states, and worse hospital outcomes for patients with limited English proficiency. When faced with the proposition of working longer hours filled with administrative work to contribute to the productivity of large corporations at the expense of our most vulnerable patients, well, that value proposition does not favor an argument for medicine as a calling. And yet, it is precisely because medicine is a calling, deeply connected to a person's sense of purpose, identity, and values, that makes it worth doing it all. And that makes it joyous. My education at Brown provided me a roadmap to explore medicine as a calling. The PLME, in particular, reaffirmed for me that the practice of medicine goes beyond a mastery of science. It is a lifelong commitment to restoring the humanity of others through healing. You see, I made the decision to become a pediatrician well before entering medical school, for reasons that were deeply personal. My family had immigrated to the United States from Haiti in the late 60s. My grandfather was a political dissident and was arrested and beaten over a dozen times for his vocal opposition to François Duvalier, the dictator that ruled Haiti for nearly 2 decades. When it was clear that his life and the lives of his children were in acute danger, my whole family left and came to the United States. I grew up in Brooklyn, listening to stories about my family members and all their acts of defiance and courage during those times, both large and small, and my takeaway was clear, that we all have the power to fight against injustice, amplify the voice of the voiceless, speak truth to power. From ages 8 to 18, I traveled to Haiti nearly every summer, where I learned to appreciate the sheer beauty of my country and culture. It was also where I witnessed firsthand the ravages of colonialism, the lasting impact of forced reparations paid to France, the destruction of our industries and infrastructure, and the erosion of our social safety net following years of a dictatorship. I saw the stark differences between my life and the lives of other children and felt called to do something about it. And my answer was pediatric medicine. I applied to the PLME because Brown was the only institution that openly acknowledged that a deep understanding of the human experience was imperative to the study of medicine. My education right here prepared me for residency at NYU, where I cared for patients at Bellevue Hospital, the oldest safety net hospital in the country. There I had the privilege of caring for the most vulnerable children and families. A 9-year-old with trisomy 21 and pulmonary hypertension from the Dominican Republic who had never had access to cardiac care. The 2-year-old with chronic kidney infections who couldn't keep a nephrostomy tube in because his family was unhoused. The 6-year-old with sickle cell whose family couldn't afford simple hydroxyurea. These were my patients, and along with other dedicated physicians, nurses, and ancillary staff, we went above and beyond to create safe and inclusive spaces for them and for all the families in our communities that were new immigrants, did not speak English, were uninsured or underinsured, or undocumented, were seeking reproductive care or gender-affirming care, were in the foster care system or the criminal justice system. When I wasn't actively caring for these patients, I worked with mentors and advocacy groups to make changes that we hoped would ultimately benefit them and their families. My family had taught me the why, and Brown and Bellevue Hospital were teaching me the how. Serving those families was very hard work. I spent long hours at the hospital as a trainee, and frankly, even longer as a faculty member, because pediatric medicine is my calling. It is exhausting, it is exhilarating, it is joyous. After a decade of clinical and administrative work, I shifted my attention to training future pediatricians, trying to encourage every single one of you to be a pediatrician. Many of you who have met with me know that this is true. I thought it was important to diversify our physician workforce and to create inclusive spaces for residents and students to learn and flourish. I wanted to share with rising physicians the valuable lessons I had been taught, the quiet lessons I knew were important, and the unspoken lessons I had to learn. It is critical for trainees to understand that our patients are diverse and that inequitable treatment leads to health disparities. So I taught them to study these inequitable systems through their own unique lens, to leverage their lived experience as a valuable part of their research, to ask questions no one had thought to ask before, and importantly, to trust their own voice. I taught them to ignore the signposts telling them they did not belong, because our increasingly diverse patients had been waiting for generations to see exactly them walk through the door. I wanted all my learners to embrace the fact that as physicians, we had the power, no, the obligation, to thoughtfully change these institutions to serve our patients better. This charge has taken on even more urgency as our society and the political discourse question the value of our research and undermine the systems of care we know are vital to our patients. Not surprisingly, I'm often asked, Pat, how on earth, or maybe sometimes why on earth, do you do what you do? It has to be exhausting to work in diversity, equity, and inclusion, to work with residents, to teach and advise students, to care for families. And I have to say, as a person living this life, it never feels quite as exhausting as everyone else seems to think it should be. I think that's because when you pursue a career that is your calling, that alignment with your values, the power your hard work has to positively impact the human experience, remains a powerful antidote to burnout. The care I have provided patients, the mentorship I have extended to students and residents, my advocacy, my research, and my teaching has all provided me extraordinary joy. Doing work that aligns so closely with my values is both a gift and a goal. I intentionally pursue opportunities that reflect my calling, even when it's risky, because doing so makes a huge difference and brings me great joy. I often have the privilege of listening to students and residents share their frustrations with me. They share their dissatisfaction with the healthcare system, their anger with institutions of higher learning, their exasperation with constructions of oppression and exclusion. All of you in this room have at one point in time shared with me stories about a fellow student who has been misgendered, or the microaggression that was faced by a Black female resident, the limited English proficiency patient that did not have the benefit of an interpreter. What I hear just beyond the anger and the accusations is your desire to care. Your willingness to acknowledge someone who may not otherwise be seen, to soothe someone in pain, to protect a person from future harm, to carry someone else's burden. What I hear in your stories is the desire to uplift humanity through connection, through advocacy, through justice, and through love. As you move forward in your careers, keep that drive to care for others at the forefront of your work. I implore you, do not lose it. Do not abandon it. Do not let it go. Allow it to fuel you. Make the love that you all have for humanity a part of your calling to practice medicine. Elizabeth Kubler-Ross, the Swiss psychiatrist, wrote in her memoir, "I can assure you that the greatest rewards in your whole life will come from opening up your heart to those in need. The greatest blessings always come from helping." And Bell Hooks, the great author and educator, evoked from Dr. Kubler-Ross when she wrote, "Service is simply another dimension of human love." As you all embark on the beginning of your calling, reflect on your values. Consider the lessons taught you by the very people who are here to celebrate you. Be of service, listen to your patients, amplify their voices, advocate for their welfare, mentor those coming behind you. I promise you, leaning into your calling as a physician will be a source of joy for you, and importantly, a force of justice for those you serve. Now is your time to step forward with conviction, heal with humility, and let love and justice be your legacy. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. I'm Navya, and it's an honor to be able to introduce our next speaker, Alisa, soon to be Dr. Pugacheva. Now, I was lucky enough to get to know Alisa during my senior year in college right here at Brown, and we later became roommates and best friends in medical school, where we've had our fair share of long study sessions, ruthless OSCE practices, and then, of course, our celebratory wine nights while we watch our dumb reality TV shows. Now, over the past several years of being friends with Alisa, there have been many things that have left me in awe of her. I've watched her teach middle and high school students principles of surgery as a leader for the mentorship and early exposure to surgery group. She's also helped many refugees as a volunteer for the Brown Human Rights Asylum Clinic, all while pursuing her Master's of Public Health. Alisa is someone who stands up against injustices without hesitation, advocates fiercely for her patients, and still finds the time to show up completely and fully for the people that she loves. Now, I'll stop here because capturing the essence of who Alisa is in just a few short minutes is impossible. She is truly one of the most radiant, driven, and inspiring individuals I've had the privilege of knowing. So let's give it up for Alisa.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for the too kind introduction, and thank you for placing me here, class of 2025. You all look radiant. I'm sure this past year has been a blur for many of us, a roller coaster full of celebrations, moments of terrible anticipation, and milestones galore. My favorite one personally happened about 3 weeks ago, and now I get to obnoxiously use my husband in casual conversation. Thank you. I will say, getting married, just like with medical school, required metric tons of support, luck, and meticulous work from family, friends, my husband. So make sure to thank and cherish your own crew that made it possible for you to be here today. Getting married also made me think a lot about love, what it means on the macro, the micro, the day-to-day, in sickness and in health. To me, I realized love is required to be an excellent physician. The first and often ignored level of love is in our surroundings. Right now, we are inside of a 209-year-old vessel, one that's wooden benches and red carpets have seen hundreds of thousands of bodies repeatedly press on their beams and their fibers. When broken, they've been repaired. When muddied, they've been washed. This is love. In your own homes, where you've created spaces that protected and nourished you for your med school years, this was also love. When the salty ocean breeze filled your lungs as you crossed the Providence River Bridge on a late night, that too was love. During my first rotation at the VA, in my first month of inpatient medicine, when I felt like I knew nothing, I would bike or walk through Davis Park to get to the hospital. This beautiful cherry tree in the park, first blooming and then loaded with cherries, was where I would stop to process the day, eat one cherry, and breathe as a neighbor collected others into her plastic bags. At Rhode Island Hospital, on my surgery rotation, rushing from rounds to the OR, I caught myself stuck, staring at the magnolia in the middle of the hospital, absolutely flowering her heart out. Covered in white petals, it was just me and a janitor standing at the window for a moment as dozens of people passed by. I don't remember what I was stressed about that day, but I remember the tree, and I remember our conversation. By stopping, I could reset, meet others as my best self, step out of the groove. Our environment, it sustains us, it loves us, and we have a hand in creating that love. A cherry tree, a magnolia, a simple pothos in your workroom, or a weird meme taped to the intern lounge. It's easy to rush through a day, forget the wind and the trees, dishes in the sink, but stopping to sustain and plant what you love in your environment will always reward you. So try to touch all spaces with who you are outside of the groove. This groove I mentioned, I'm sure you all know it well. We've dipped into or fully swum in it for years. Test prep, lab work, rounds and notes, networking. I remember a fellow med student mentioned this nightmare that they had during their second year. They dreamed they were a trout in a stream, surrounded and crushed by other trout, unable to swim back and exhausted, convinced that if they stopped, they would die. I learned in my third year that stopping was not a death sentence. I didn't lose anything by eating a cherry, by talking to the janitor, or by talking to my patients. Those were the moments that sustained me, that let me shine. The stream, the groove, it has no end. We will be swimming for a very, very long time. So take a moment to pass on this love of your surroundings and this permission to stop to others. Share your honest knowledge with your fellow residents, your med students, share lunch, share playlists. Stop with your patients, hear their stories and share yours, and return in the evening. Does the hospital reward this behavior? No. Do you get more RVUs for looking at the magnolia tree? No. But you get to stay human, and I think that's important. By loving those around you in this way, you can get to the next level. When you're yourself in the hospital, when you're honest, kind, present, you can do the best thing, which is truly love the work. You know, we all know these physicians, our mentors for the past 4 years, people who radiate a love for their specialty, for their patients. They teach whenever they can. They are as hungry to learn as we are, soaking up knowledge like Surgicel and immediately incorporating it into their practice. There's so much beauty and so many lessons in the practice of medicine, and to appreciate them, you need love. As a small example, we have all probably explained to our patients why their cholesterol being high is not ideal for their long-term health and leads to that cholesterol building up in the vessel and hardening those vessels, aka atherosclerosis. But how does that sclerosis actually happen? When my husband, a mechanical engineer, asked about this and was not satisfied with just inflammation, I paused. I realized I either didn't remember or never had a deeper understanding of this. So we dove deeper. We found out that one of the main mechanisms was smooth muscle cells that make up our blood vessels start making bone due to inflammation from their neighboring white blood cells, dealing with that extra cholesterol, walling off the problem area. Muscle making bone is one of the coolest molecular adaptations that I've learned about, and it only happened because I didn't wave away his curiosity. If you sense that sprout of curiosity and care from friends, colleagues, patients, feed it. Talk through your reasoning, refresh your understanding, come back to them to nerd out. We all have a deep love of biology, and learning about those new scientific discoveries, new techniques, new perspectives, those will keep you from being ultimately dismissive and burn out. It's also too easy to ignore a knowledge gap, a small miss, but please stay honest with yourself. We have spent almost a decade in higher learning, understanding the value of statistical rigor and the scientific process, and at least a few hours of module time re-listening to the Swiss cheese model of safety on 2 times speed. So cite your sources. Thank you, Sutton et al. 2022 and Pan et al. 23. And give credit when it is due. These are the true scientific forms of love and appreciation. Finally, the hardest level for many of us is loving and appreciating yourself. So often, it is easy to forget how hard you worked to get to where you are right now, to dismiss the smaller achievements along the way, but you made it. You turned in the paperwork on time. You passed your exams and your OSCEs. You made that poster, submitted that manuscript for the 3rd time, and you finally left the hospital after 7 p.m. After the 7th, is there anything else that I can help with? At a minimum, you made it through 8 years of hard-earned education and academia and earned a couple degrees and a fancy hat. No small feat. However you celebrate today publicly, I recommend also taking a private moment with yourself to recognize where you are. At some point, it was grueling, and no one can recognize your suffering and your stamina the way you can. So please do. I'm counting on all of us now to spread that love for the work, our colleagues, our patients, our environments, and ourselves to our future institutions. Love is not a recognized virtue of a great physician at all places, but I hope today you can see why I think it is. Love those close to you today. Love those you will grow close to soon. And when July 1st comes, please remember to love you. I love you lots, class of 2025.
Graduates, please stand. So it's traditional that those about to enter the profession of medicine take an oath before their peers, faculty, and their families, pledging themselves to certain ethical principles of commitment and professional behavior. This particular oath was written by the MD class of 1975, our first graduating class, and has been used by each succeeding class. So please repeat after me. Now being admitted to the high calling of the physician, I solemnly pledge to dedicate my life to the care of the sick, the promotion of health, and the service humanity. In the spirit of those who have inspired and taught me, I will seek constantly to grow in knowledge, understanding, and skill. And will work with my colleagues to promote all that is worthy. In the ancient and honorable profession of medicine. The health and dignity of my patient will ever be my first concern. I will hold in confidence all that my patient relates to me. I will not permit consideration of race, gender, sexual orientation, religion, nationality, or social standing. To come between me and my duty to anyone in need of my services. This pledge I make freely and upon my honor. Well done. Please be seated.
Good morning. I'm Jeffrey Hines, MD, class of 86, undergrad 83. I proudly serve on the Board of Fellows for the corporation. And on behalf of the corporation, congratulations to the MD class of 2025, and congratulations to this group of people in this space who love you, support you, and care for you. So thank you. Brown University is steeped in tradition, and much of this ceremony you'll see in the next several minutes will be done in Latin, and we will continue to keep that. But I just want to give people a brief primer on what we're going to do. So at first, I'm going to speak and present this group before the Board of Fellows, because this is the Board of Fellows that confers degrees. We did it on Friday. So I will present you to the Board of Fellows, saying that you are worthy of the degree. I will then confer the degree upon you. And then finally, I will give you a charge to do the good work of a physician with the utmost of integrity. So let's get started. Socii honorandi, omnes quos ad gradum doctores medicinae ideos comperimus, vobis presentamos et us ad hoc gradum promovere laciet rogamus. Candidate ad gradum doctoris medicinae excendant. autoritate mihi commissa vos ad gradum doctoris medicinae admitto omneque hura ac privilegia ad hum graduum parentia vobis concedo.
Sir, I have the honor to present the recipients of the degree of Doctor of Medicine of Brown University, class of 2025. For all of you that are following in the program, I am going to very briefly go off script. With all of the love in the air, it is really a privilege to present our first graduate this morning, who is not only graduating from medical school, but is also going to be getting married today. So an extra special congratulations to Christina Sura. Jacob Abraham. Jasmine Aceves. Amy Addo. Jake Adkins. Cecily Adler. Ty Agassi. Abdullah Ahmed. Swetha Aligar. Sai Alu. Melanie Anaya. Chicata Apeño. Ermis Araya. Caitlin Arendt. Sabrina Arezzo. Panos Arvanitis. Lauren Ashford. Andrew Altman. Cameron Ayala. Navia Barnwall. Mark Bihar. Felipe Bispo. Eleanor Brakewood. Logan Britch. Mackenzie Bruzio. Ella Borgera Coste. Catherine Burns. Carolina Carrillo. Jai Chavis. Morgan Cheatham. Katie Cho. Ross Clark. Margarita Cruz Sanchez. Ryan Cunningham. Sydney Dacey. Sachi Dalal. Nu Dang. Michael Davis. Mariah Deck. Samuel Diaz. David Dorfman. Sarah Enos. Elias Ateshla. Sarah Fethi. Cassandra Fierro. Emily Franco. Tynan Friend. Haley Fulkerson. Robert Gallagher. Arjun Ganga. Jasmine Gibson. Joshua Gillen. Ana Victoria Guimarães Blandon. Karen Ha. Marina Hahn. Christina Hinman. Alexander Homer. Daniel Hu. Franklin E. Hanacho. Samika Kanakar. Omar Karim. Vignesh Kasturi. Ishani Kathri. Mahir Kunte. Jay Karana. Simon Kidinamariam. Eric Kim. Isaac Kim Jr. Olivia Kozel. Suryan Kumar. Amanda Laguna. Rachel Lim. Rico Leonardo Lisvinsky. Anaga Lokande. Liana Lum. Maggie Lyons. Annalise Meyer. Kanika Milani. Anna Malfa. Samuel McKinnon. Brianna Mena. Jesse Menville. McKenna Meddy. Brett Miller. Silas Monjay. Catherine Napolitano. Sam Nussensweig. Olivia Nyberg. Anna Oxner. Anthony Mario Ojadi. Idowu Olugbade. Abdifata Omar. Marcela Osorio. Pappendorp. Francesco Pappalardo. Natalie Passarelli. Rathna Patel. Taylor Payne. Alisa Pugacheva. Sarah Raji. Sasha Rahman. Malika Ramani. Ashwin Reddy. Ben Ree. Alicia Rocha. Patricia Rodarte. Julia Rawson. Victoria Sanchez Guzman. Natalie Sands. Julia Santini. Ella Sadish. Isaac Sears. Nicholas Seidler. Akash Sethi. Charlie Sevi. Alisa Shemshad. Manjot Singh. Ryan Singh. Eric Smith. Ryland Neil Spence. Thor Stead. Benjamin Stone. Jack Sullivan. Catherine Trad. Isis Van Putten. Shagun Vashisht. Kendra Walsh. Aaron Wong. Zichi Wong. Jade Wexler. Colin Whitaker. Emma Wilcox. Gabrielle Windsor. Ian Wittels. Zane Yu. Catherine Zevin. Catherine Zhang. Angela Zhu. Sir, I wish to report that 7 students have completed their degree requirements and have permission to receive their degree in absentia. Michael Crater. Hal Edmondson. Elizabeth Perkins. Elijah Prasad Paisley. Ariana Price. Robert Kwan. Daniela Rojas.
Videte igitur et probre interque, en etymologium re publica, et un deo honoreum, et deset hoc hac gradu honoratus vos gradeas. Sedete, doctorus medicina.
Good morning, everyone. Doctors. My name is Emily Franco, and today I have the great honor of presenting this year's Senior Citation Faculty Award to my mentor and who I want to be when I grow up, Dr. Erica Chung. We honor you today, Dr. Chung, for your endless support, mentorship, and guidance throughout our medical school journeys. There are certain people who walk into your life and quietly yet profoundly change it. For so many of us, you have been that person. Not just because of your clinical brilliance or your beautiful way with patients and families or your gift for teaching, but because of the way you make us feel safe, supported, and valued. Whether you are guiding us through difficult clinical moments, checking in after a hard rotation, or simply listening when we needed you, you never let us forget that we are capable, resilient, and never alone. You lead with warmth, teach with intention, and mentor with your whole big heart. And somehow you manage to do it all while gracefully balancing the many roles you hold: clinician, educator, leader, mentor, mother, and friend. For those of us still figuring out who we want to be in this world of medicine, watching you do what you do has been a blueprint for what's possible. We will never forget how you made us feel, confident when we were unsure, uplifted when we were struggling, and always deeply cared for. In the moments when we doubted whether we belonged, you reminded us that we did, not just with your words, but with your unwavering belief in us. Thank you for being our role model, our advocate, and our greatest cheerleader. We are better people, and now better doctors because of you. With love, admiration, and gratitude, the MD class of 2025 honors you.
I'm going to be short and sweet, but thank you guys. Thank you, Emily. Thank you, MD class of 2025. It truly was an honor to be a part of your journey through all this. Congratulations to each and every one of you. I know you guys are going to make many marks in the future. So thank you and congratulations.
All right, time to finish as we started in prayer, and now we bless doctors. Please stand. May God the Father bless you. May God the Son heal you. May God the Spirit enlighten you and give you eyes to see with, ears to hear with, hands to heal with, feet to walk with, a mouth to encourage with, and the angel of peace to watch over you and lead you at last by our Lord's gift to his kingdom. Amen.